Good evening and welcome to Minneapolis. Tonight we are doing a open scene consisting of a mage and a pair of vampires visiting a new biker bar that is opened. The bar is located near an industrial area, but it's also on the edge of a cemetery. Known as the Graveyard Shift. It's been fairly popular lately, bringing in some interesting music groups, a lot of live music. And their latest review states that they're the liveliest thing in the area. It's a moderately busy evening as our friends arrive to the bar, and I will let them kind of intro themselves, but you will see this gentleman kind of bouncing between the band stage and the behind the bar area. Seems to be in a management type position. And with that, I will let you guys turn it over to you guys to intro yourselves. And Ian, you may have to unmute yourself. I was getting some echo.
Appears fairly out of place in a biker bar, considering how she dresses.
Who does?
Marcella.
Oh. Maria is dressed for the occasion. She's wearing like motorcycle boots and black jeans and a black t-shirt and choker. And she's got her hair up in a tight bun,
Nope. Marcella is dressed in a fashion usually the same as her picture. That's usually how she dresses. The heels.
Aaron will come in. He looks like he just stepped out of a mechanic shop, even though he's not a mechanic. See pictures. What he looks like. He's a big fellow.
How tall is he?
6'3", 6'4". Good 240.
Finally, someone taller than Maria. Thank fucking God.
240.
You notice an Amazon walking into the bar.
He's robust. He's not like, he's got a stomach, but he's also pretty well built. Got the sunglasses on. He looks exactly like he looks in the picture. He'll go up to the bar and order a Jameson.
And the bartender will pour relatively quick and be right with you. You know, tells you, hey, thanks for coming in tonight. Let us know if we can get you anything.
Jameson's fine.
He gives you the drink, and then he asks if you need a food menu as well.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright, so he gets your food menu, and then the live band is on break right now, but they're getting set up for another round. They look to be some sort of metal group, but it looks like he's also got set up that it's not like overly loud that you can't think straight either.
I should be able to hear the voices in my own head. I mean, I should be able to hear my own thoughts.
His mouth can't even touch.
Maria's gonna see if she can get a bottle of water, and she's gonna, if she can, she's gonna tip, like $20.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a bottle of water. That's not a problem.
Okay. Cool.
Hmm.
Aaron will just walk over to a side table that's near the bar, take a seat, and look over the food menu while drinking his Jameson.
Marcel is just kind of taking in the bar. She may look out of place. Doesn't seem to act like she's out of. Doesn't seem to like act any different. She's like, whatever. I'm here. This is a bar, no different than any other.
I'm gonna scope out the people in this bar.
Yep.
See who's being respectful and disrespectful to one another. Stuff like that. Oh, we need to open up a different character sheet. Whoops.
So it's a relatively crowded, but you can tell there's a couple of different biker groups. But they seem to be coexisting, at least relatively civilly. Some good-natured jive back and forth, that sort of thing. But nothing openly hostile.
Hmm.
If anybody's looking at Aaron a little too much, he seems very, very, very eerily still when he stops and is reading the menu.
Oh.
You said this was outside of a cemetery?
Yeah, it's next. So okay.
We do like a perception awareness rolls.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. We got 3 successes.
Uh, 3 successes. A lot of the people in here are at least supernaturally sensitive. So they might not be necessarily like awakened or like full blown supernaturals, but they're people who are kind of have brushed with it enough to believe in it. I guess from the mage standpoint, they're what constitutes dreamers or sleepwalkers.
Okay. I'm gonna see if there's anyone like these are like bikers mostly, right? Or are they like
Right.
just
No,
Okay.
most of them are legitimate bikers.
do any of them have because they have those jackets with the patches on them, right?
Yeah, so most of them have vests or jackets that have to some degree the some sort of affiliation logo.
Okay. Let me see. Do I even have any in that? No, I don't have any streetwise. Okay. I'm gonna look to see if there's any that are in Spanish. Or any language other than English. Yes, it's a investigation roll.
Yes.
Ouch, I only got 2 successes.
There's a small group, and it's mostly like Hispanic Americans, and they're like their lettering across the back of their jackets translates to "Wind of the Dead."
I'm gonna point that out to Marcella and tell her what the translation means.
Okay, repeat that. Sorry, I was looking up something because I was gonna do something, but
Wind of the Dead.
yeah, Wind of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's the name of the biker gang.
Interesting.
Help. Shit. I should do the thing. I should probably do the
I'm doing a thing too.
thing.
I'm using Witness of Death,
Okay, then I'm gonna do the other thing.
but yeah, pretty much just allows me to see ghosts as translucent
dead
phantoms
things.
gliding among the living and hearing their whispers or moans. I might feel the spectral pull
pleasant.
of their touch and smell their musty hint of decay, but only
Just
the dead
use the perception
can
awareness
see.
to tell if a power is being used in the vicinity, right?
I am gonna be sitting down in a booth or something, just chilling.
By? Would you be down? Would you be down? That gesture to a nearby thing. Let's see.
So perception awareness at diff 5.
Let's see, willpower at diff. What? Diff 4. Okay.
So perception awareness. It's 4.
I think that's a good amount of successes.
I got 4 successes.
Sean, I got 7 successes on Hermetic Sight.
All right, so Maria's looking for spirits as well. Marcella's looking at the dead.
And I'm utilizing Life Sight. I think that's at Life 1, isn't it?
Yes. 1 is see, 2 is touch.
Yeah, I got 2 successes for Life Sight. Oh, sorry, 3 successes for Life Sight.
All right. Most of the bar residents are pretty typical looking. The excuse me. Yeah, there are a couple of dead visible to Marcella. I almost just said McKenna. And Maria would find not a lot in the way of spirits, but there are a couple of like ancestor spirits that she would locate.
Okay. Are they around these bikers or are they around other people?
Yeah, so two of the different biker gangs have ancestor spirits near them, and then there's one with the kind of shadowing the barkeep as well.
I'm going to check out these groups and see what their names are.
With life sight up, I can tell a vampire from a regular mortal, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I can tell Marcella is. Yeah.
Yes, you
And
would be
Maria.
able to identify the two of them.
How many vampires are actually in the bar right now?
Just those two, it looks like.
He'll just lean back in his chair against the wall and watch them for the moment. But from behind sunglasses, so it's not immediately noticeable that he's watching them.
Okay, so do these wraiths notice that they're being watched?
So they don't seem to react any more to you than they are to the other people.
Okay.
John, I'm sorry, did you say something about the two biker gangs? Oh. Wait. John.
Yep.
Did you say something about the two biker gangs?
I did.
Or did I miss that?
They
I'm sorry.
That's all right. They both seem to be haunted, but the how to go about this? The wraiths haven't noticed anything, or the to you the ancestor spirits wouldn't have drawn any awareness either. But they're just kind of mingling around. And
but were they circling groups?
The spirits, you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
No, they kind of seem to be like staying with a particular group.
Okay, what group is that? Is what I was asking.
Okay, one of them is the Winds of the Dead, and the other, their back of their jacket just says Nightfall, but it's night with a K. like a night armor type, but all one word, nightfall.
Like Batman.
Correct. Same deal.
Okay. Cool. Well, she's gonna sit down and with Marcella and observe these groups and try to overhear them.
All right. The group Nightfall is kind of talking about good to be back in town. Hasn't been, they hadn't really been active in a while in the area. Not since so and so fell. It was a rough time for the group losing their leader like that. But that Bishop's really kind of stepped up to the plate. That's what they kind of gestured a particular guy leading it, and they say Bishop's really stepped up to the plate and doing his thing.
Okay.
The Winds of the Dead are discussing more of being, it's nice to be able to be legitimate. They're riding, but they got all their paperwork in order and stuff now, so they can ride together, and a lot of them have found success. One of them talks, he just got out of jail. Another one's talking about how he's doing volunteer work at a soup kitchen. Just how they're kind of getting into the community and getting involved in all these different things and kind of getting their lives on the right track.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to the Winds of the Dead.
Okay.
Are they speaking in Spanish?
They're not, but they do have a fairly heavy Spanish accent.
Wait, she is gonna address them in Spanish. She's going to say, "Gentlemen, I couldn't help but overhear what good acts you're undertaking. Can I make a let me see something. Roll. Be a streetwise roll to make that not sound rude, not an etiquette roll. Hey.
Either one I would allow.
Okay. Let me check to see what my etiquette is. Charisma etiquette, or can I be manipulation etiquette with specialty of persuasive? Or can I apply my specialty? I do not have etiquette though. Can I use? I didn't buy expression either, did I? Wow. Apparently I'm falling down on my.
How about subterfuge?
Oh yeah, I could use subterfuge.
Yeah. I would allow that with a
See.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Standard.
Yes.
Successes. With counting the 10.
Okay.
I tell them about the project that I'm about to undertake. how I'm going to be setting up as a second language classes for the Latino population of Minneapolis, and also trying to set up a free medical consultations and eventually a clinic for people. And I was wondering if any of them would want to help out with that, at the very least spread the word.
So they're kind of just talking about different places they're getting involved. But that if you want to get involved, they can direct you, or if you want to, like promote those places. But there's a food co-op that also has a soup kitchen attached to it, and it's called Everyone's Harvest. Then there's also a homeless shelter. He said he doesn't remember the name of it, but it's attached to a church, and the church is Father Vittorio. And then just that there's a lot of, and they've been trying to get into these different things. Not necessarily for a specific purpose of it, but just kind of to help change people's perceptions a little bit. People see bikers as criminals and see immigrants as criminals, and so they're trying to set an example and be role models where they are more active as members of the community that way.
Yeah, she was basically offering them an opportunity to do more of that. Did I cut out for a while?
A little bit. I thought you were asking where they were doing it.
So. No. Okay, let me try to give my speech again. Okay, so she said, gentlemen, I've been hearing about all the doing in these various places, and I want to commend you on that. I have projects myself, and I was wondering if you would be willing to help me with them, but at the very least, promoting them. Right now, I'm setting up an English as a second language class and a American Sign Language class, because there are deaf people in our community. And I'm also going to set up free medical consultations and hopefully eventually a clinic. I was wondering if they might be able to help with those things and help recruit people for those things.
They could certainly ask around, and they've more and more every day. They're having guys who want to kind of get involved and be part of this process. So.
Okay. Well, then I've got some cards, so I'm going to pass some cards out to these guys.
All right.
Says, I'm a therapist at a local funeral home, but I've been trying to get into more things than that myself. Okay, we can switch over to you, Ian, if you want.
Yeah, sorry, I took a little bit of time off work to do this.
I'm sorry.
To go in 8 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what John had in mind for this, so. But I suppose if he was the guy was paying enough attention, he might have noticed the use of a magical effect.
Well, you're talking the owner?
Yeah, guy you wanted us to meet.
Yeah, he I mean, he does kind of look at you, but that's about it. You know, you get the impression that he doesn't really know what you did, but he noticed you did something.
Well, you'd also probably notice the eerie stillness of him once he a flaw, so it'd probably be noticeable.
Yeah, and you know, he's used to seeing a little more unusual characters running a biker bar next to a cemetery, but you know, he kind of at least gets something, some sort of hint. You know, maybe that something's different about you.
Aaron will wave over and order a couple more drinks.
And he pours a couple more drinks. Does mention that they're going to start running some food specials and stuff. Asks if you got any other guys you roll with a lot that you want to bring in. He's working on doing what he calls sponsored tables that are like the tabletop where they have your logo on, and then anytime you guys would come in, you know, if he knew you were coming in, it's kind of a reserved table too.
Yeah, I got some guys. Here's my business card. You going?
He turns around, grabs a couple, and they're made to look like a headstone, and so it's got his name, and then the phone number is like the birth and death date kind of, and then across it, like a watermark across it just says graveyard shift.
Yeah, he'll add Aaron's will actually look like a motherboard. Doesn't have any particularly fancy titles or anything, just his name and contact information.
Alrighty.
He'll drink down his drinks and pay for them, and I should probably actually go now. I only got a couple of minutes left anyways.
So, and as you head out, he throws you like almost like a poker chip, and it says buy one get one, and he says for next time.
Oh, thank you. And he'll intentionally walk by Marcella and lower his sunglasses and rather blatantly check her out, wink at her as he walks by. I don't know if Holly realizes she's still muted. Or she's even there.
Marcella blatantly gives him the stink eye.
Actually, I don't know. Does LifeSight actually do anything unusual to his eyes?
No.
No? Okay.
It typically magic sites don't.
Okay, I wasn't sure. To match her maturity, he'll look over his shoulder and stick out his tongue at her.
Oh, God. She just like looks at him like seriously. Because Marcella's a bitch.
No, really? No.
The resting bitch face says it all.
But those, yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, I gotta go. I was hoping this would have started a little bit earlier, but oh well, shit happens.
So, all right.
See you guys online.
Lay the mini human back down.
So as Aaron heads out, the owner will kind of swing around and he says, "I didn't mean to be negligent, ladies. I've got a couple of big groups in here, which is what I was hoping for, but trying to get staffed accordingly. I'm shooting from the hip a little bit. So I apologize for not coming over a little sooner, but it's a pleasure having you in here. Is there anything I can get you, either of you, right away?"
Muted too. I'm muted too. Okay. I just realized that. So John.
Yes. Now I can hear you.
Maria answers and she says, she gestures with her. "No, actually, I'm good, thank you, but I appreciate your attention. I've actually just been talking to these delightful gentlemen over here."
Yeah. He says, "Oh, welcome back, guys. And I know you've been here a couple nights. I try to make the rounds and remember faces and names, but usually club name is the best I can hope for sometimes." Yeah, he kind of works his way through. He says, I'm Alexander, by the way."
Okay. Maria, business card. I think that would actually have her alternate identity on it. Marina Hurtado.
That would be up to you, but I could certainly see that.
I feel like she's not Maria clone to anyone other than Supernaturals.
Right.
And if she doesn't know someone's a supernatural, she has.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Supernatural. Hurtado, no, it's an H, not an F. It's entirely different. You hear? No, I'm just kidding. No swearing. Not me.
Mini human.
So he says after,
No, I'm just.
if you guys are, he's glad to hear you're liking everything. If you don't need anything, he's going to circle back around. He's trying to keep the band rotating in and out as well. So, but he does thank you guys for stopping and says, anytime you want to swing back, Mondays tend to be a little bit slower. I'm happy to take the time to chat and get to know people too.
Oh, well, then if you feel like sitting down with us later, I would be more than happy. In our booth. I don't know how my dear friend feels. She looks to Marcella.
Oh, by all means, feel free to join us later when you have more time.
He says, "Well, I'll plan on doing that, and if we end up running too late for relays tonight, we'll set something up."
Excelsior.
All right.
You're just gonna switch to Latin. She's gonna say, "You understand this language, right?" To Marcella.
She would just stare at her.
It's actually really close to Italian, so I think you would have a chance of like getting a gist of it.
John wants me to roll something, but I pretty much speak Italian and English.
I mean, I think that's an academics role.
Yeah, it would be.
Intelligence academics.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if I type the right numbers in.
It was no O's this time.
Right. I have one success.
Yeah, I'd say that's enough. You can at least follow the gist of it.
Okay. So what is she gonna say?
She was saying you can. Oh, the rest of what she was gonna say.
Yeah. What was she gonna say in Latin?
Well, she said in Latin that you can understand this language somewhat, at least. Yeah.
Marcella gives a nod and she kind of tips her hand, like pretty much. It says,
Yeah.
it's pretty much.
Reply as close as you can, then.
Okay.
She says, "I am sorry about how we've got along these past months."
Okay.
I'd like to do something for you to make up for it.
What are you thinking?
I have several thoughts in mind.
She looks unsure.
Maria also looks unsure. she's like, I don't know if this is even a good idea. But she says, oh my god.
Why don't you take a second to look that up? I'm gonna lay the mini human down.
Okay.
Because he's making me really warm.
Little warm humans.
I have big warm fur ball.
Let's see. Intelligence. Academics 4 plus 3. I just wanted to roll to see how well I was understanding Marcella's Italian.
Okay. Wow, it's ungodly warm up here. I'm afraid to see what our bedroom is like.
Oh, jeez. That's it. So, oh god, what was I saying? Okay, so, well, I might be able to help you recover some feathers without using my skills.
What kind of feathers?
Whatever you're looking for. Is there a particular thing you need control of?
I don't think that one is exactly appropriate.
Okay, let's pass on that then. I could make you an item of power.
No. I'm not entirely sure what you could make me.
That all depends on what you need.
Guess I don't really know your skills that well in that department.
Well, you do know that our barrier, our world is separated by a barrier from another world.
Hmm.
You know what I can see, correct?
Let's see. Spirits.
Right. Well, I can put them into objects. Those can grant different powers. Did John fall asleep?
It's what I said. Is that snoring I hear outside chat?
Oh, I didn't see the side chat. I was looking at the dice roller for a second. Oops. Well, I guess in that case, we could just, I don't know, you could go up and John and we could continue this discussion in Blue Book if you want.
No, we can continue this discussion while he's asleep.
Oh, or we can do that, yes. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Alright.
Oh, it's a John.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of what we're talking about?
Bits and pieces. I got the dog kind of getting riled up too. So, and I'm
The dog's riled up and you're snoring.
You know, that I can believe. I've been bouncing back and forth between trying to manage him and so. No, I didn't catch much of it.
Okay, long story short, Maria offered to find fetters for Marcella. Marcella was like, eh. And then Maria was like, well, I could, basically she's like, well, I can make you a fetish. And Marcella was like, I'm not really sure what that would do. Or could do.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And we've been speaking in Latin and Italian.
Right.
Roll like subterfuge rolls to make this conversation more cryptic. So that if there's anyone who does know those languages who's listening in, they still have a hard time understanding what it is we're talking about. Or can Maria at least do that? I mean, it's not a necessity.
I'd have to assume it would be a simple manipulation subterfuge roll.
That's what I feel like it would be too. I don't think my specialty would apply because trying to be persuasive I think if I had a subterfuge specialty of double talk, that would definitely imply.
Oh,
Let's see what we got here. Dice. Oh my god. It
should
was
I roll
doing that
mine
thing
too?
where it takes forever. Yeah, might as well.
Oh, I suppose I need that tab open, don't I?
That'll help.
I usually don't run just on my laptop, so I think it's mad at me that I'm running everything.
Oh yeah, that's understandable. Oh shit. Well, at least it's not a botch.
Right?
You're just talking fairly clearly. That's not. It's still in Italian, so like at least we got that going for us.
Right.
I do think that's the subterfuge specialty that I want to take. Where were we? Oh, she was talking about things. She was like, for example, there's something called, or there's something. Let me see. I'm trying to be vague about it too. There's a spirit of anger, essentially, and I've bound that into a pair of brass knuckles as a sort of punishment for feeding off of an unjust. And she's like, I'm not sure if that really makes sense what I did, but it seemed to at the time. And this can do a number of things for me. John, do I know what it can do yet?
Your brass knuckles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay. Let's see. Fist of Fury 1. That should be the one. Should be the second one. Sorry, I don't remember. Do open faster, whatever program. Or please don't be Office. That would take forever. Well, okay. Things they do is, oh god, I don't remember any of their powers. I'm so bad. Moving on. We'll come back to that one. Another option is one that I feel would be my biggest sacrifice.
Oh. Is that so?
Well, we've talked about how you might be losing someone in your life soon. I thought I could offer you a gift that might give you some comfort. Maybe not now. It takes such time to select a proper gift for someone. But this person would be the first of my blood. And I would give them to you to raise as your own.
Just looks at her very strangely. That is indeed a very big sacrifice. However, it's an unnecessary.
Well, let me tell you about what my my current item can do. Firstly, it does quite a great bit of damage when you strike someone with it. To avoid losing control, if you know what I mean.
I do.
It can give you greater speed, so you can act quicker than others. It helps you sense others of those our kind and their kinds. And finally, it helps you resist those that might control you.
And how well does that work?
I have not actually used it yet, but it seems like it would be quite effective.
I want you to try it first.
Okay. Then let's take a brief break from this bar, shall we?
Very well.
And let's step outside and take a stroll in the lovely night air. I enjoy these summer nights. And a graveyard is an excellent place to go for a walk.
That is something we can agree on.
She smiles.
As you guys head out, Alexander swings around and he says, I'm just swamped tonight. I apologize, but if you if you
Oh
want to
no,
set
we'll
up
be
a
back.
meeting, here's a
We're
card.
just taking a brief breather.
He says, well, sounds good. There's a fair amount of testosterone floating around in here. I understand.
He just snickers. Yes.
But either way, here's my card. We can certainly set something up.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Oh, speaking of which, can I make an awareness roll regarding him to sense creatures of the night?
Sure.
Okay. So let's see, what's my awareness? I got 4 successes.
I suppose I can roll a perception awareness too, hey?
If you'd like.
I would. Hey, I got 2.
Alright, well, with 2, you guys would recognize that while he seems mortal, there's something a little more to it. For both of you, it's something that it's similar to kind of what you sense from priests, or whether it's believers or shamanistic practitioners, or a very devout stage magician. Um, they maybe aren't aware of the supernatural and everything at night, but they've somehow kind of slipped over that line that they're more than just mortal.
Okay.
To make a long story short, Maria's just going to try to walk through the graveyard. She's going to take the brass knuckles out from between her, which is, on a necklace between her cleavage. And she's going to put them on. She's going to attempt to find some specters.
Okay.
Without using her actual path, without using her path to view them. I got 5 successes. In the graveyard, that is, by the way. So cute.
I want you to give me a perception awareness, and I gotta let my dog out quick, so I will be right back.
Another perception awareness?
Perception awareness.
I already made a perception awareness.
Yep.
2 perception awarenesses?
Negative. Intelligence occult, sorry.
Oh, intelligence occult. Okay. Cool.
If you open that.
And see you in a minute.
Down.
Really, really, demon.
Sorry about that. I had to put the dog out.
No, that's okay. I only got 2 successes on my intelligence cult.
All right. So you would be able to sense a number of different spirits, and you're able to somewhat differentiate at least that obviously some of these are still the restless dead, but they're just looking for some sort of fulfillment. And then there's other ones that are restless and tormented and vicious, which that would be your specters.
Okay. That's cool. When Holly gets back, I'm going to point those out to Marcella.
Sure. And I'm probably going to have to wrap up pretty soon.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's late.
We'll wrap this up. The 7-year-old is being antsy. He's been down here at least 6 times.
Jesus, it's like 11:30 for you. Okay, well, you heard what I said then, yes? About pointing out a bunch of specters in the graveyard. Angry, restless dead. And I did that without using my hoodoo.
Okay.
And that's what I said. I was using my brass knuckles to help me detect them, to demonstrate to you that they work. Anyway, if you want to continue this as a blue book, you can do that.
You can do that. That would probably be better.
Okay. Well, it was fun anyway.
All right.
And
So,
good night. Good luck with the children.
yep.
Including
All right.
the furry ones.
So as these two intrepid vampires explore a bit more of this odd bar and cemetery, that will be done in our play-by-post blue books. And for the rest of you, we hope to have you join us in our next scene. Thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching. This has been a Minneapolis by Night mixed scene.